Hey everybody, happy Sunday to you. It's your old buddy Frank here. After a three week break, I'm back to talk to you about some of the life lessons I learned through this harrowing period I like to call middle age. Well, I don't like to call it middle age; it's what it is. But the last entry I did in this video journal, was about valuing people and relationships over money and material things. We're going to take another step in that direction here today. I want to talk to you a little bit about offering people grace and forgiveness. Um, so here's the premise here: very few of us are all good or all bad. We're a mishmash of good and bad traits. We do good and bad things, hopefully more good than bad, but nobody's perfect. But we also get offended when we're wronged by other people. And sometimes we hold grudges. I myself come from a long line of world class grudge holders. My mother can tell you somebody that offended her back in 1978, and be just as angry about it today as she was then. And I tend to fall into that category too. I still remember things people did to me way back when. But as I aged, what I realized is um, most of us don't really have too much of a high ground to stand on. Okay, most of us have done things to other people, either intentionally or non intentionally, and we've hurt others. So we cannot expect them to forgive us and offer us grace unless we're willing to turn around and do the same. And that's really where I'm coming from today. So I want to talk to you about a little bit about grudge holding here as an example. Um, it takes an awful lot of mental energy to hold grudges. The easiest thing to do, people think it's the hardest, but it's the easiest thing to do, is let it go. But wait, Frank, but like somebody really did me dirty. I was really hurt by this person. I'm not saying your feelings are irrelevant, and I'm not saying they're false, but I think we need to look inward and look at what we've done to others. As I said, very few people are 100% good or 100% bad. We all do. We all do things we shouldn't. Um, and we have to look at why people behave as they do. So the guy cuts you off on the highway, right? And your first inclination is stick up that middle finger and cuss him out or whatever. And I mean, I got to admit that's me too. But what if that person just came from finding out they've got a terminal illness, or their husband or wife just left them, or their child's sick, or they got a car bill they can't afford? These are common things that happen. Okay, of course, we don't know the backstories behind all those things, but before we react and don't offer people some type of grace, we need to think that we don't know exactly what's going on their end, even with people close to us. Okay, any of us involved in a long-term relationship, a marriage, or a dating relationship know that sometimes we hurt each other. I mean, hopefully not physically, but we hurt each other's feelings. But then we like to hold grudges against that person for things they said or did to us years ago. What good does that really do? You're not getting back at that person by holding a grudge. You're not. There's nothing positive that comes of it. It's you who suffers. And then we turn around and we expect forgiveness for things we've done when we wouldn't forgive a person for doing the same thing to us. So you can't be willing to take and not give. And that's another point I wanted to make here this morning. So this is a fairly short concept, but it's one thing I'm working on in my middle age years, is trying to offer people more grace and forgiveness and not just get angry right away or hold a grudge later. Because in the end, who does that help? I mean, I have to look at. I could make a list of all the people that have hurt me and exactly what they do and how it felt. But one thing that I would not want to make a list of is all the people that I've hurt, either intentionally or non intentionally, because I guarantee that list will be equally as long. And then I know I've gone through periods of time where, like, I've asked for forgiveness for people for doing things, and then I'm incredulous to why they won't offer me forgiveness when I refuse to offer other people forgiveness for similar offenses. So that's the lesson here today. If we really, really, really want to be okay mentally, okay emotionally, one of the things we need to do is to give people grace and forgiveness, because we don't know what's going on with them. And we would want them to forgive us as well. So that's it, folks. Hope you have a dynamite Sunday. It's May now. The weather's getting better. Let's all get outside, do some yard work, get some exercise, and it's been a long winter and not much of a spring here. So I'll be back with you soon. And as always, I appreciate you tuning in. So this was my next entry into life lessons from a middle-aged guy. Take care, y'all. Peace.